We want to take you live right now. The spokesperson for the Palm Beach Zoo, Naki Carter, is speaking at the moment. Let's listen in.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to them at this time. Grief counselors are coming in for Palm Beach Zoo staff. The zoo will remain closed until further notice. And the lieutenant has asked me to relay this investigation will now become an OSHA investigation. We will keep you updated again. As a zoo family, we are grieving at this time this loss, and just on behalf of all of us, from the keepers, from those of us that knew this victim, we want her family to know from the bottom of our hearts that our thoughts and prayers are with her. Again, at this time, we're waiting to be notified from the family. We won't have any comment on her condition, on what's going on as far as the family, as far as her name. We won't have any of that until we speak with them and get their consent. And the investigation will be ongoing until further notice. The zoo is closed tomorrow.
You cannot confirm the name of this female keeper?
Not until her family is notified, out of respect to her family.
You have her age?
We're not releasing that either. At this time, not releasing any information aside from the fact that she was a beloved keeper with an expertise, specifically with tigers. We have 4 Malayan tigers here at Palm Beach Zoo. I can tell you that the incident occurred with a male tiger in the night house. That is a behind-the-scenes exhibit. No guests and visitors here at Palm Beach Zoo were ever at risk. There was never a wild animal loose in the zoo at any time. This does mark the first death of a human at the hands of an animal in the history of Palm Beach Zoo.
How long has she been employed here at the zoo?
We're not releasing anything that has to do with the victim at this time. Her family is out of state. We want to make sure that they are notified and that they have ample time to grieve and that we have their consent on what information we give to media.
It's so sad, Naki, and we're so sorry to hear this information. Can you also tell us what has happened to the tiger at this point? I understand he was tranquilized immediately.
I can't comment on specifically what's going on with the tiger. I can tell you that the tiger is in hands of specialists at this time. Police are still here conducting an ongoing investigation with the tiger. They will be interviewing people, looking at the scene where this occurred, this behind-the-scenes exhibit where this occurred, throughout the weekend, and interviewing people as grief counselors are brought in to help Palm Beach Zoo cope with the loss of one of our beloved family members.
Can you tell us which tiger was involved in this incident?
I can only tell you that it was a male. It was a male Malayan tiger. There are less than 250 in the wild. 4 of them live here at Palm Beach Zoo. Palm Beach Zoo is a breeding ground for this endangered species. The reason they are here is to make sure that this species does not go extinct. And this particular keeper, this was her specialty. This is what she was trained to deal and loved. Loved tigers. I can tell you, as someone that did know her, I didn't know her for a long time, but as someone that knew her, she is someone that absolutely loved everything that had to do with keeping these tigers and seeing that they were enriched daily. And I know that just her love for them, it was everyone knew. If you knew her, then you knew about her love for these creatures.
And Naki, this tiger, was this one of the 2 newer tigers, or was it one of the long-time tiger residents here at the zoo?
I will let our general curator, when we have additional media follow-up, I'm going to let her weigh in on anything that has to do specifically with the animals. Again, we will just say it was one of the male. We have 4 tigers. This involved one of the male tigers in the behind-the-scenes night house. The night house is where they are fed. The night house is where they sleep. And so there are safety checks that are done. These keepers are trained, as well as Palm Beach Zoo staff in the event of an emergency. We have protocols that are in place. Those protocols were initiated the moment that the code red was sent out. The guests that were never in danger at this zoo at any time today. No guest was ever in danger. No animal had ever escaped. No animal was loose. This was a behind-the-scenes incident. We went into those safety protocol measures, into lockdown, ushered everybody out in an orderly fashion, and the zoo has been in shutdown. This took place, I believe, around 2 o'clock this afternoon. It was close to the Tiger Talk time. We have 11 shows and talks here, and the Tiger Talk's around 2 o'clock. This happened. She was getting prepared for that talk.
She gives the talk herself?
She is one of the keepers. They rotate in different shifts, so she is one of the keepers that does give this talk on a regular basis.
And how often are the keepers in access to the Tigers? Was this a part of a normal routine daily before the show began, or?
Absolutely. This was, with any different job that you do, there are risks that are involved, and there are different safety measures and precautions that one must take. These keepers, to underscore the love that they have for these animals, you don't get into this business without the love for these animals and understanding the danger that's involved even more. And so yes, this is part of a daily procedure that takes place. This was something that was done every single day. She was efficient and proficient in doing this task, and an unfortunate situation occurred.
Naki, how much time elapsed between the time she was bitten by the tiger and rescue was able to retrieve her out of that night house?
That investigation is ongoing. Can't comment on that. I can say immediately a code red was sent out.
So just to confirm, how much longer will the zoo stay closed for this investigation?
That, again, we're going to be closed through tomorrow. We'll provide updates. As of right now, we are closed. We went into shutdown after this happened today. We will remain closed tomorrow, and we will remain closed. We'll bring you updates as we work that out. This scene could be ongoing for quite a while, I'm told, from the lieutenant.
And you mentioned that grief counselors will be available for employees. Have they already been informed before?
They are coming in as we speak. Grief counselors are coming in to speak with staff and with all of us here who are, there are no words to describe. We've lost a family member. We have lost a family member. And so there is distress. And I can only imagine, and that's why hearts and condolences are going out. There are no words to her family, to the keeper's family, and we want to respect this situation and to make sure that they are informed of exactly what is going on, since they are out of state, many of them, and for the keepers that knew her and were very close. This is a specialized industry, caring for these animals, and so again, I cannot underscore. You go into this business and this profession because of your love for endangered species. And so this is a family that is in mourning right now. This is a fresh wound that will never heal.
Can you tell us if there were any park visitors around at the time, and if there were any witnesses to what happened?
I can tell you that the zoo was open when this occurred in the behind the scenes night house, and that is when the code red was issued. Once the incident occurred, we ushered everyone out, and everybody is being interviewed. Right now, this is a very active investigation, so people are being interviewed about what they did and did not see. There are a lot of reports, and so we ask everybody to err on the side of the culture we live in now. Just because you see something on social media, just because you see something that someone has put out, this is ongoing. I'm in contact as public relations with the lieutenant. OSHA is being brought in. Grief counselors are being brought in. This all occurred within the past 2 hours. So this is still a very new and involved and active scene right now.
As far as you know, which agencies are involved with this investigation?
Right now, Palm Beach County is here. We have several different, it's a multi-agency response right now, and OSHA is either here or on the way.
I'm sorry, we walked into the lake. Can you recap for us what you said off the top, what exactly had happened as far as you know?
Yes. Again, we gave a statement, I want to say roughly about 2 hours ago.
Okay.
And at that time, we had an injured female keeper by one of our male tigers. In the time that we wrapped our last conversation, we received word from medical personnel that she had passed away. As it stands right now, the president and CEO, Andrew Aiken, the CFO and COO, Kathleen Breland, are reaching out to her family, which is out of state. A lot of them are out of state at this time. We do also, one part that I did leave out, we would like to send our condolences to her husband. Her husband is also a keeper here at Palm Beach Zoo.
Oh, gosh, okay. And what do you believe happened? She was in there to do...
She was in there performing basic tasks in this is a daily routine that takes place in the Tiger Night House, getting prepared for the 2 o'clock Tiger Talk. These were standard procedures. These are wild animals. We are a breeding ground for Malayan tigers, less than 250 in the world. 4 of them live here. She was very proficient and efficient in handling these animals, and something occurred. Exactly what occurred remains under investigation right now. They are investigating that scene. There is, as you've seen, the police police cars, the ambulances. They are here investigating exactly and interviewing everyone that was involved. After the incident occurred, a code red was sent out, and we went into lockdown safety procedures here at the zoo. There was never an animal escaped. There was never any guest in jeopardy of any danger. But again, part of those safety protocols is, again, to usher everybody out, put the zoo on lockdown, and make sure all animals are where they're supposed to be. These checks are performed in the morning. These checks are performed very early in the morning before we open the gates at 9 a.m. They're performed in the evening. So a lot of this was standard procedure. We make sure that staff from management, department heads on down to the staff and the keepers that are in the closest proximity with these animals are up to date with these security measures. This is a monthly check. And so safety measures, as far as we can tell, it's an ongoing investigation. We went into those procedures seamlessly.
Ms. Carter, you're releasing her name.
Not releasing her name at this time. What we want to do, out of respect to the family, with the grief counselors being brought in, this happened less than 2 hours ago. Her family is out of state. We're a family. We respect her family. We want to hear from them once we reach out to them. And again, that's what my CEO and my CFO is doing right now, reaching out to her family. And with their respect, we'll move forward with that. But again, she's a female keeper. She oversaw Malayan tigers. Her husband was also a keeper here at Palm Beach Zoo.
Have there been any recent signs at all of aggression from this male tiger? Any at all?
Can't comment on that at this time. Again, this is the first death of a human at the hands of an animal in the history of Palm Beach Zoo.
Was there the only animal in that enclosure at the time? Was it just she and the animal, the tiger?
That investigation's ongoing. Can't comment on that either. The night house is where they are held. Where tigers are held. And so there is a procedure in bringing them out on exhibit, on bringing them back in, on feeding them, on putting them to bed at night. So that is ongoing.
What about the tranquilizer issue? Was he tranquilized while rescue workers tried to retrieve her? Is that how that happened?
And again, I will be able to release that. We're going to keep you updated once the lieutenant and once the ongoing investigation right now, once they give us specific details and interview everybody in close proximity, we'll be doing another update with you. Again, we remain closed tomorrow, and we will update you on when we open our gates again.
One more thing, Ms. Carter, before we go, can you just tell us about the emotion of how everybody's just distraught over this?
This is, I can tell you that we all, myself included, doubled over. It's a death of a family member. So for those of us that have experienced that, and this is a close family member, we're a close-knit group here at Palm Beach Zoo, and especially among the keepers. That is a close-knit family that knows that there's a danger that's involved with the profession that they chose. And they chose a profession because of a passion and a love for animals, and specifically, in our case, for a species that is on the brink of its extinction. And so the grief counselors that are coming in, there were tears. It was, to put a word in it, it was an out-of-body experience for me to witness. And I'm someone that knew Stacy, but not someone that, that was as close as other keepers.
Okay, so
and that's all I can comment at this time.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Will you be out again?